All right, welcome back to the Ireland Contracting Nightly Sports Call. I'm Rich Walsh alongside Paul Zeiss. And if you need a roof, make sure you call Ireland Contracting. They're the best in the business, 1-800-NEW-ROOF. They not only do roofs, they do sidings, gutters, windows. Paul, you name it. If you need anything, you want to call Ireland Contracting. That's why they're number one in Pittsburgh, 1-800-NEW-ROOF. Give us a call right now, 412-575-2600 on the Bordas & Bordas hotline. A couple other news and notes that I want to go over. So Sean Rodriguez, he wasn't DFA. We thought that might be the case. He was placed on a 10-day DL with some mysterious left abdominal strain, whatever, something.
Well, you know, I was doing my show today, and he still hadn't been decided what was going to happen.
Yeah, that came out late.
And I said, all of you out there that are going to get excited about Sean Rodriguez maybe getting DFA'd, it is not going to happen. I guarantee you they'll come up with some mysterious back injury or some, leg injury or soreness or discomfort and put him on the DL until September 1st when rosters expand. So you watch. September 1st, he'll come back because, he's a good clubhouse guy. And you watch that. You watch. If that happens, it's really absurd.
That's the one thing that more than likely is going to happen because you're not. I would say his Pirates days are over, but when the rosters expand, that could happen.
They bring him back. I mean,
if they for some reason make the postseason, he won't. He shouldn't end up on that roster. But I mean, you have other moves to make, like Jose Osuna and Luplow.
I remember a wild card game that he started.
Yes, I do.
First base.
In
one of the
home run champ.
In one of the dumbest things I've ever seen in my entire life.
They went with metrics. I still never understood that.
But the whole point was,
I know that he started.
They started him with the intention of bringing in Pedro in like the second or third inning. Well, you just burn a bench player.
Yeah, that makes zero sense.
But anyway.
Yeah, that's a topic.
And interestingly enough, in that game, Madden started all of his offensive guys. Remember, they got a lead, and then he put his defensive guys in, and they you know what I'm saying?
And that was Hurdle's playing all year.
Hurdle played his defensive guys first.
Yeah, that was Hurdle's playing all year that you bring in Chaudhry for defensive help. And they didn't do that. I can't believe they started.
He spent 3 or 4 days talking about we're not going to overthink this, and then he overthinked it.
All right, up at St. Vincent, we saw Antonio Brown. He showed up finally with a mysterious top-secret injury. He's back. He didn't really practice today, did some drills, but didn't take part. A bunch of guys aren't playing Thursday. No Antonio Brown, no T.J. Watt, no Ben Roethlisberger, no Bud Dupree, no bunch of guys. So the one good thing out of that, you're going to get to see what some of these younger guys can do. Are you excited to see anyone in that preseason game? Like, I'm looking forward to seeing Mason Rudolph.
James Washington.
Mason Rudolph.
Yeah. You know what I mean? What's the running back from NC State?
Oh, yeah, Jamal Samuel. Jalen Samuels. Sorry.
Him. I want to see Terrell Edmonds play. I mean, there's some guys that you want to see play. Yeah, absolutely. I think the other thing is, we probably won't see much of him, but I'd like to see what John Bostic is.
I would too. That's another guy that
we won't see much of him because he's going to be the starter. I know that they have Matakevich listed as the starter now, but I can't imagine by the time the season comes that it won't be Bostic if he's healthy.
I would like to see Morgan Burnett too. I mean, I don't know if you're going to see him tomorrow, or Thursday, but you're going to see him in one of these games. So it's an intriguing secondary for the Steelers.
I mean, honestly, if I'm the Steelers, Ben Roethlisberger would play 2 series in the 3rd game, and that's it.
That's kind of what they did last year, though, right?
He played a little bit. That's all he needs. Just let him play 2 series in the 3rd game.
And same with Antonio Brown. When would you play him?
Anybody that matters. Anybody that you can't afford to be without.
Like the whole offensive line.
Whatever. I mean, some of those guys you probably don't have enough in the camp to. You're going to have to play some of them a little bit. You know what I mean? But, yeah.
All right, let's go out to Rich out in Mount Lebanon. How you doing, Rich? Rich, you there? Rich. Rich. Are these phones working right now? I can't hear anything. Hello.
We'll go to the next guy.
Yeah, we're gonna go to the next guy. We're gonna go out to Alex in Mount Lebanon. How you doing, Alex? You there? Alex! Hello!
No, Alex.
No, Alex. Okay, Alan in Greensburg. Alan, you there? I don't know. I'm not. Are you hearing anyone?
No.
I'm not hearing. I guess the phones aren't working.
The phones must not be working right now.
Are they working? Steve, are they working? Are the phones working today? I guess the phones aren't working. I mean, we can carry the show. We'll try again here in a little bit, but if you want to send your tweets in at Richie Walsh or at Paul Zeiss, if I didn't block you, or if Paul Zeiss didn't block you, I think you're close to me on the blocking, aren't you?
No, not really.
No.
There's only, just the only people that get blocked are just trolls who are trying to be trolls.
And there's a lot of them, though. That's
right.
what's ridiculous.
And those ones that, that just want to troll you, and go talk to somebody else.
All right, so the Buccos are up big right now, 10-2. It's the top of the 8th. They're going to win this one. So Bucco Fever, raise the Jolly Roger, all these phrases go on right now. Tomorrow, Chris Archer. This is another anticipated start by Chris Archer. It's an afternoon game. What do you expect from him? I mean, the nerves are gone. He's been around this team for a week. He should do better. I mean, this is the start that you would think that you get the best out of Chris Archer.
Yes, he's on the road, so there's not all that extra emotional stuff. But you know what? He's pitching in a park that's a little different probably than parks that he's used to pitching in. So you never know. I mean, they've got a good offense. It's going to be interesting. I could see it going either way for him. I could see him going out and being the guy that they thought that they picked up. I could also see him going out and getting shelled. So I'm just interested to see how he responds in his second start. In
a park like this, is he more of a guy that's likely to get shelled than, say, like a Trevor Williams or these ground ball pitchers?
It depends. He doesn't rely as much on his fastball maybe as he should, and so they like him, they like him not to do that. So to me, I think when you take a look at it, if they're trying to get him to rely a little bit more on his fastball, if that's something he's not used to doing and he's going to start throwing fastballs tomorrow, it could be bad. Now, he's got great stuff, so if he blows it past people, that's different. But he's lost a little bit of confidence in his fastball. If you read what, coming out of Tampa, I read a bunch of stuff about him. He apparently has lost a lot of confidence in his fastball, which is why his percentage of fastballs thrown is lower than it probably should be with a guy that has that arm. So we'll see.
Yeah, I mean, high velocity is that wicked slider. He's a 2-3 pitch guy, but he seems to be able to get guys out. And what I really like about a guy like this, and I think Pirates fans and Pittsburgh fans like about him, is his emotion and how he wears it on his sleeve and how excited he gets. I know that doesn't mean you're a great baseball player, but I like it.
All that stuff will be great if he's effective. If he's not effective, it'll just, after a while, it'll just be noise.
Okay, so there was all this hype here before we go to break about the Buccos and the wild card race, and then all of a sudden they lose to Chicago, then they lose 2 out of 3 to St. Louis, then they lose 3 straight here at this point. They dropped the first game to Colorado. 5 games out. I mean, we still got 40-some games left. I mean, I understand it's a marathon, not a sprint, and we talk about this all the time, but I'm starting to feel less optimistic that I think the window is basically closing on this team. They'd have to win today and tomorrow and then take 3 out of 4 against San Francisco.
I think the window for the division is probably closed.
Yes, I do too.
And it's twofold. One, like I did the math today. Let's say in the last 50 games the Cubs go 29-21. Is that reasonable?
I think it's very reasonable.
29-21, which or let's say they go 28-22. That puts them at like 94 wins. For the Pirates to get to 94 wins, they literally have to go like 38-11 the rest of the way.
Which I had a caller call in and say something like that, but I don't think that's a possibility. I mean, I think at best the Pirates are going to be 29-21.
So I mean, if they go, 30 and say 19, and they're well, now they won this game. So let's say they go, 29-19 now, and I don't know if that's going to be enough. I don't know if it's going to be enough to get them to even the wild card. So the point is, the math is starting to tilt, against them, but. Anything's possible. They won 11 games in a row.
Well, that wouldn't even get them. I think they need to get to 90 wins to get in the postseason.
Well, either way, my point is
you have to win 33 games to do that.
Wherever they're at. My point is, you look at where they're at. You know what I'm saying? They've won 11 games in a row before to put themselves, where they're at. It just seems like the math is starting to tilt a little bit against them. Still early though. But it's starting to tilt a little bit against them.
All right, we got to take a break. Coming up next, we'll try to get some phone calls, also some tweets if I get any. Maybe Paul has 1 or 2. And your Ruth Chris sizzling shot. All that and more coming up next. Stay right there.